Hello, my Capricorn friends. Guiding Halo here. Hope all's going well. This is going to be a reading for what Spirit wants you to know for the week of March 28th to April 4th. Let's find out what Spirit message has for you. Sea Otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living, release expectation, and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Putting in the work in where your family is concerned, it seems. Spirit has a message for you about what happiness is, possibly. About the truth of the situation. Finding a way to be playful amidst the turmoil against the ocean swells. There's a lot of emotion behind the situation here. I apologize for my clearing of the throat. Some of you may very well need to speak your truth to others in circumstance and situation. And it's not going to be easy, I feel. You've been needing a rest. This is like the cat laying in the sun, soaking up the energy, soaking up the warmth. Perhaps someone needs a vacation near the ocean and the warmth where it's been on your mind. There's something about waiting until you feel divinely led to move on a circumstance. Rejuvenation, the divine rejuvenating you. There's some sort of energy around your family that's coming to rejuvenation, and perhaps you've been sleeping on for a little while. It's kind of like a, pardon me, it's kind of like an energy of, there was happiness, and there's a lot of happiness to be had, but it's almost like you're waiting for people to get on the same page as you. That's what I'm getting. Time out, yeah, feline. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. So there's some sort of need for self-care, self-love, self-rejuvenation, time to rebuild your resources. So busy. Listening to people's issues, trying to be of help and service. Wondering if it's becoming a little bit too much, and somehow you're not exactly sure how to bring this happiness that used to be back, or that's what I'm getting. Joy is the ultimate creator, so being in joy. What can you do to be in joy? Perhaps it is going and laying in the sun will bring you a massive amount of joy. When I lean towards love, I am led. If you want to rejuvenate something, lean towards being love. We all come here with a divine life purpose, which I believe, just my personal opinion, is to be love, to show love to people, to create moments where the actual only movement forward can be love. So the question is, if that is our divine life purpose, then how come we all run around for something to do, for something that we feel led to do, that we call a purpose? It's because we need a vehicle in tangible 3D form in order to bring that said love to the world. Some do charity work, some do many things, music, whatever it is. But that is the vehicle that you choose at any given time in your life to go ahead and show that said love, or to bring that equality of love, whatever it is, to the world around you. So how are you going to do that? How is that going to happen? And I think that there's a definite need to come out of slumber and create joy in life, with your family, with circumstance, with situations. Trying to bring a very healing energy and a nature to a situation. It's almost like as the sun shines on the cat and it lays there in such think of a cat bathing in the sun in a hot window. How does that cat feel? At peace, at warmth, it stretches out, it appreciates the lazy days. Maybe the divine is saying here to appreciate the lazy time that you have right now, because it very well could become very hectic. Something that is going to happen is going to rejuvenate you. And you're going to lead towards love in a whole new way and be led in a direction I don't think that you actually foresaw. Prosperity. Focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. So perhaps you've been meditating and focusing on how to bring joy, how to be that joy, how to joy everywhere. There's something about that here because we have the joy card, the relaxing and happiness. I think to be able to relax into life, to be able to spend the time on yourself would bring you joy, or would it? It's maybe what you're asking for is more so a rejuvenation. I find that somebody here may very well want to give up, walk away from circumstances and situations because they're just not turning in your favor with your help. So it's time to lean towards love because that's where the divine is centered around. The divine lives in love. There's a thin line between love and hate. Hate can only exist where love once lived. And a lot of times love can only be bred out of a seed that comes from a situation where knowledge and intuition and all of that sort of thing and rejuvenation can come and dispel hate that was there where love once lived, if that makes any sense. Union. You have seen and unseen allies. Draw upon their strength. Join forces with friends and flourish. Someone taught you something. I would say it's almost like a conversation or something you heard online about how when we view people's lives as perfect, as beautiful, as rich, and we feel inferior, we feel not sure exactly how to move forward, maybe we feel inferior to, well, we can't do half of what that person does, or all this sort of thing. There's some sort of thing where the divine is rejuvenating your soul to call you into absolute purpose, union with a purpose, union with that third 3D tangible vehicle to help you show love, and it will bring you prosperity. I believe it's going to take you out of a time of slumber and deep dive you into happiness and playful living in some sort of way. And I would not even hesitate to say that it's going to make you incredibly happy. It's something about releasing the expectations of how things need to turn out will set you free. There's worry about people you love. Vision. No matter what you see, the bigger picture of a loving, just universe, that should be your vision, not the outcome you wish to seek, not or wish to have, not the childhood beliefs about the way, say, unions should go or prosperity should go. Leave that all behind. No matter what, through everything, see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. Nothing, what this is saying is nothing has gone wrong. Just because you cannot see the outcome does not mean that things have gone wrong. All right, let's find out about this feline prosperity. Perhaps you've been lying in wait, waiting for prosperous times to come your way. I almost feel like someone making a decision that's based out of courage, even if it's meant to break something up or to split apart from or to go a separate way. Someone choosing to do that will be someone else's prosperity. It's almost like riding on the wheels of grace. Temperance. There's grace all day long for you. Patience. The divine's asking you to have healing here in what you feel you can be prosperous towards. I think you're very back and forth in your emotions, needing to find balance. It's like one minute you feel one way, the next minute you feel the next way, and before you know it, it gets so intense in your head that you actually think you're in your emotions, but you're not. It's like the divine is taking this heady energy and this unknown and flipping it back and forth, so you have no other resource, no other way but to give up the fight, and it makes your head stop. And a lot of times when that happens, emotion pours from your heart. 3 of Wands. What are you creating? How are you manifesting? How do you want to move forward? Keep the vision of love as the ultimate creator. Rejuvenation in a union. Rejuvenation in a union. When I lean towards love, I am led. That does not mean to lean towards love for everybody else. Sometimes that means putting your foot down and lean towards love for yourself. Regardless, understanding that the divine, the universe, is a very just universe and will bring to it what is necessary for each given thing. Not trying to control an outcome, but allowing things to manifest in perfect timing will bring about this rejuvenation of your soul. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm going to say that I believe there's a fire sign who is going to make a decision or something that is going to rejuvenate you in some sort of way. It's going to be something that propels you forward to the next, to the new, to the thing that you've been waiting for. And there could be like someone is birthing a new project, birthing a new situation. It's like something you've been dreaming of all of a sudden shows up in the palm of your hands. This is going to be big. It's going to be powerful. April is going to be a big month for you guys. I love you guys. Blessings.